So you're thinking about moving to Avondale, Arizona. Well, that's wonderful because in this video, I'm going to tell you everything there is to know about Avondale. I'm going to go over the pros and cons of living in Avondale, the surrounding cities. I'm going to go over schools, popular places to live, the different neighborhoods, and the different parts of Avondale. And I'm even going to talk about some history. By the time you're done watching this video, you will be able to decide if Avondale is a place you'd want to relocate to, invest in, and make a part of your life. By the way, my name is Yolanda Street. I'm part of the Exploring Arizona Living team. I get calls, texts, emails every day from people just like you that's wanting to relocate to Phoenix, Arizona, and the surrounding suburbs. If you're thinking about moving here in the next 6 years, 6 months, 6 weeks, or even 6 days, definitely reach out to me so I can make your transition as smooth as possible. Now, let's go ahead and get started. I first want to tell you about some history in Avondale. Avondale was incorporated in 1946. It had its first volunteer fire department in 1947. At first, Avondale was known for ranch land and farmland, and they were known to grow cotton and alfalfa. In the 1980s, Avondale began to grow, and ever since then, it has continued to grow. Avondale is now one of the fastest growing suburbs in West Valley of Phoenix, Arizona. So the first part of Avondale I want to talk about is the historic core of Avondale, which is considered Old Town Avondale. It runs along Western Avenue. Now that part of Avondale is where you're going to walk around. You're going to see like different colorful murals. You're going to see like paintings on the walls. You're going to see like independent shops. You're going to see like anything that's going to give you that true heritage of what Avondale was and what it is now. In Old Town Avondale tend to be a little bit older. They're going to be smaller homes. They're going to be on bigger lots, but they definitely were built probably from the 1940s going up to the 1970s. So they're going to be older homes. You're not going to see very many HOAs in Old Town Avondale. And you're going to find that if you get a home out there, it's going to be 2 or 3 bedroom homes built mainly out of brick or block. And a lot of them are going to be single stories. And then you're going to notice that they're either going to be a fixer-upper, something you're wanting to invest in to remodel or something like that. But their price point is definitely going to be much better. Then you have West Avondale. West Avondale is a newer part of Avondale. It's going to be a few more master plan communities. It started being built in the late 1990s and went all the way up through the 2000s. You're going to notice that those homes are usually 3 to 5 bedrooms, anywhere from 1,800 to 3,500 square feet. You're going to notice that they're open floor plans. They may have a pool. They may have RV gates, and they're going to be more energy efficient. What you're going to notice about those areas is you're going to see more parks, more green belts, playgrounds for the kids. You may see community pools or community splash pads. They're definitely for growing families, military families, professionals, anybody that's wanting more home for less money compared to what you're going to find in like some of the East Valley suburbs like Gilbert, Chandler, or even Scottsdale. So you're going to get bigger homes, more lots, and you're going to pay less money than you would in those other suburbs. Now, these are definitely going to be for active, growing families. They have a lot of community involvement, so people tend to really like that. Then we have North Avondale. North Avondale is known as like lakefront communities. You have Garden Lakes, Crystal Lakes. They're known for like fishing, boating. You're going to see a lot of waterfront views in those homes. The homes are going to have larger patios. You may see people that have paddle boats out there because they like to go riding around the lake. Their homes started being built like in the 1990s and went through the 2000s. You're going to notice that a lot of those homes are 2-story homes. Some are single story, but most of them are going to be 2-story homes, anywhere between 3 and 5 bedrooms. And you're going to notice that they have that community is more relaxed, has more of an outdoor feel. You can walk the trails or the lakeside paths. Again, fishing, boating is definitely a community that likes to be outside. It's a scenic community where you have beautiful scenes everywhere, water features, and it has that, that established community vibe. Then you have South Avondale. South Avondale has one of our newest and largest master plan communities. It's called Alomar. It's down in off of Avondale Boulevard, between Avondale Boulevard and 115th Avenue. And you're going to find that it goes from Lower Buckeye all the way south to Broadway. Now, out there in Alomar, which was established in like 2020, and you're going to notice that it has new construction homes by multiple different home builders. But even if you were to buy a resale home, you're still getting a pretty new home because, again, it was established back in 2020, so not too far away. Out there in Alomar, you're going to notice they have a community pool, they have multiple parks for the community, they have a nice community lake, 2 different dog parks. It's just everything out there that you or your family may want to need once they go outside. Now let's talk about some of the neighborhoods since we're talking about the different parts of Avondale. Some of the popular neighborhoods would be, like I said, Garden Lakes. The median price point for their homes is about $449,000. Again, there's some lower and higher. We're talking about strictly the median right now is about $449,000. Again, that's where the nature lover will go. If you love lakes and trails, that's definitely going to be that neighborhood. Crystal Gardens is also out there. Their median price point is about $418,000. That's where you're going to find, again, the same thing almost, waterfront properties, lakes, biking, walking, hiking, that type of stuff. There's a golf course that's not too far, and they also have sceneries also. Coldwater Springs is also south of the I-10. That's definitely going to be an area that has stronger schools. They're going to have a golf course in the area, parks, and their median price point for their homes is about $410,000. Another neighborhood I want to touch on is going to be Rancho Santa Fe. Their price point of their homes is about $437,000. They have like the Spanish style looking homes. You're going to find that they don't have any new constructions going on right there, but they definitely have established neighborhood. The neighborhood is still well kept, and they have some really nice lot homes. Now, all those communities that I kind of touched on are going to be the communities that are, in a sense, more popular in the Avondale area right now. But there's many other neighborhoods that I didn't even talk about. I always tell my clients that when you come to Arizona, also look around, explore the neighborhood, check out the schools, make sure you feel like that neighborhood or that community is what you feel like will be the best fit for you and your family. Next, I want to talk about some of the major attractions in Avondale. Now, for all my motorsport lovers, listen to this. One of the major attractions in Avondale is going to be the Phoenix Raceway, home of the NASCAR Championship weekend. And it has been since 2020. So yes, every year NASCAR comes here to the Phoenix Raceway, and that's right in Avondale, Arizona. So if you're a motorsport fan, that's definitely somewhere you want to check out. And even if you're not a motorsport fan, then it's still fun and everybody's happy and everybody's hanging out and watching the races. So it's definitely a good environment and good place to be. So now that we talked about that, let's talk about schools and education in the Avondale area. Avondale has 5 high schools that service Avondale itself. They have Algafria High School, Towson High School, Westview High School, West Point High School, and La Jolla High School. Those are the 5 main high schools that service Avondale. They also have 9 K-8 schools, and that includes STEM schools and magnet schools that service Avondale. And then for higher education, whether for yourself or older children, they have the Estrella Mountain Community College, and then they have the Rio Salado Satellite Campus that's directly in Avondale, along with different tech schools and vocational schools right here in Avondale. So we've talked about neighborhoods, we talked about major attractions, we talked about schools. Let's talk about some of the other things you might want to know about in Avondale. Surrounding suburbs. So if you're in Avondale and you want to hit any of the surrounding suburbs, no matter where you're going, north, south, east, or west, you definitely, again, have all those freeways close to you. So you have the I-10, the Loop 101, the Loop 303, and then you also have other streets that will take you from one end of the valley to the other end of the valley without actually even getting on the freeway. So if you're looking to live in Avondale and work in Avondale, of course you have like medical and hospital facilities. You have government and city work that you can do directly in Avondale. You have the multiple school districts that you can work at. And then of course you have retail, Sam's, Costco, Amazon, and all those type places. But if you chose to drive out of Avondale to go to work, You're definitely close to all the freeways to be able to do so. And give or take, it's not too far. So we've talked on that. Now, keep in mind, if you're interested in moving to Avondale again or any other surrounding cities, definitely reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you. Before we move on to the pros and cons, I just want to remind you to subscribe below and hit the bell so you never miss out on another video. And if you have any other questions on Avondale, please just check out my Avondale map tour or my Avondale vlog tour, or if there's any other suburban cities surrounding the Phoenix, Arizona area that you're looking forward to either considering moving to, then definitely check out those videos also. Now let's go ahead and move into the pros and cons of Avondale. Okay, so let's start with the pros of Avondale first, and then we'll touch on the cons. There's pros and cons in every city you go to. It's just better to know the good, the bad, and the ugly so that you kind of know exactly what you're coming to. No real big surprises. Let's talk about the pros first. The first pro that I'm going to talk about is affordable housing. Avondale, compared to other states like California or other cities or even other suburbs that are close, Gilbert, Chandler, Scottsdale, and even some of the West Valley suburbs, Avondale is going to have more affordable housing. You're going to get more home, more lot for the price that you would in any of those other suburbs. Now, Avondale does have new construction homes and they have resale homes. They have the older homes. If you wanted no HOA and you just wanted to go with an older home, they have those too. So it does give you a really good variety of the home the home that you want to choose or the homes that you have to pick from. But more than anything, they're going to be affordable homes. Great for first-time home buyers, great for people that are wanting to have more home but at a lesser price point, great for retirees. So Avondale is definitely a place that will offer many choices and many options for you to choose from. Number two, location. Avondale is close to multiple freeways, the I-10, the Loop 303, the Loop 101, which gives quick, easy access to other parts of the valley, quick, easy access if you wanted to go up to Glendale to go to Westgate or the State Farm Stadium for some pro football or just hanging out, nightlife, or the Tanger Shopping Center, or again, even if you wanted to commute out of Avondale to go to work to other parts of the valley and or to the Loop Air Force Base. From Avondale to some of those areas, it's as little as 10 to 15 minutes. You jump on the highway and you're there. And again, you don't have to take the freeway to get to those places. You can take regular streets. And it may take a little longer, but not too much time. Number three, family-friendly communities. As I talked about, multiple communities that are offered in Avondale, a lot of the communities are established. Some of the communities have new build and some are just have been there for a while and they're established. So you're going to have family-friendly communities, whether they're doing community events or you can do the hiking, biking, swimming, any of that stuff. You're going to find that Avondale has plenty of family-friendly communities that you can choose from. Number four, outdoor recreation. So by being in Avondale, you're close to the Estrella Mountains. If you like to hike or bike, you can definitely do that along with some other outdoor activities by being close to the Estrella Mountains. If you like to go to parks, we have multiple parks that will allow you to do family-friendly activities. Our parks tend to offer a lot, as we will talk about a little bit more in the video. I'll talk about some of the popular parks there are. And if you want to do some indoor stuff, we're not too far from like Top Golf or jump places. All that stuff is offered here in Avondale. And then we're even not too far to some other outdoor spots, which is like the Phoenix Zoo or the Lifetime World Zoo. They're not directly in Avondale, but they're definitely close. So you have plenty of outdoor recreation. And with the weather that we have here in Arizona, if you can learn to deal with the 3 months of the hotter temperatures, the rest of the months are wonderful. That will allow you to continue to do the outdoor activities you love. Number five, shopping and dining. Avondale has plenty of shopping and dining areas. Now, they have the Gateway Pavilions, and in that area, I know there's a movie theater. There's a couple different activities you can do. There's fast foods, there's restaurants, there's shopping. The everyday shopping places, Costco, Sam's Club, Ross, TJ Maxx. You're going to find all those places in the area of the Gateway Shopping Center and Gateway Pavilion Shopping Center. and they're really close to the freeway. Whether you want to go to wash your car, you want to go to Best Buy, Old Navy, all that stuff is going to be right there in that area, along with some really nice restaurants. Now, if you're, they have the Avondale Boulevard corridor, which has like Fry's, a couple banks, some doctor's office. That's another really popular shopping area if you want to hit that area instead of going to the Gateway Pavilions. And then, of course, they have Westgate, which is in Glendale, that isn't too far from Avondale. If you're talking about really, really fine dining places or really nice places to go to have really, really nice dining or sports, you may have to hop into downtown Phoenix or Scottsdale or Glendale. But again, with the highways right here close to Avondale, you're not going to find that's too far. Number 6, Avondale has a growing diverse community. So Avondale has continued to grow so much. From the 2000s to the 2010, it grew from 35,000 people to about 76,000 people. And then from 2010 to 2020, it grew from 76,000 people to more than 89,000 people. So from 2000 to 2020, Avondale has more than doubled in size, growth, and people. And it's a really diverse community. It has about 51% Hispanic, 25% Caucasian, about 4%, give or take, Asian, and then 10% African American. So it's really diverse. If you want to be in a diverse community where you're going to see all different types of people, all different types of culture, Avondale is definitely going to be that spot. Now, as I said, there's always cons in every city, no matter where you go to, and no matter what video you watch, there's going to be one con that's on probably all of my videos, and that's going to be the summer heat, extreme hot temperatures. If you're not used to the Arizona heat, that is something that is going to take you a little bit of time to get used to. I'm an Arizona native, and I'm still not completely used to it, but it's definitely doable when you know you have all the other months that you don't have to worry about. During the summer, sometimes our weather is more than 110 degrees. So a lot of times you have to plan indoor activities or water activities. And even if you go outside at night, it's still really hot outside, but the sun isn't beaming on you. So it makes it a little bit better. If you can deal with the 3 months, June, July, August, of the hot temperatures, then the rest of the 9 months are going to be really great, and you're going to learn to enjoy it. Prepare for the 3 months to enjoy the 9 months of beautiful weather. Commute and traffic is going to be con number 2. Again, Avondale has grown and is continuing to grow, just as many of our other surrounding suburbs. So, with growth comes construction and traffic and building new homes and building new businesses. So you're going to have to deal with growing pains. Just know that during traffic hours, you may find that there's traffic. It takes you longer to get places. You may find that waiting in line for certain services, like whether going to the school drive line or hitting certain post office or DMV or any of that stuff, you may find that it's a little more crowded than it was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. Just as any growing city, you're going to find that with growth comes a little bit more wait time. Number 3, let's talk about limited nightlife. As I said, Avondale does have some nice restaurants and dining areas, but Avondale is known to be a family, suburban style, fit-oriented city. That's the feel you get. So if you're looking to do like pro sports, if you're looking to see like the Arizona Cardinals play, you have to go to Westgate and see the State Farm Stadium. If you're wanting to see like the Diamondbacks or the Phoenix Suns, you're going to have to hit downtown Phoenix. And if you want those really, really fancy, fine dining restaurants, you're going to have to hit like maybe downtown Phoenix, Scottsdale, somewhere in the East Valley. Now, they do have some really nice restaurants that are not way in the East Valley, but they're really, really great places, fine dining, luxury type places. You're going to have to hit some of those other cities. So that's nightlife, limited nightlife. Next thing I want to talk about is older areas versus newer areas. So again, I talked about how you're going to have older historic Avondale and you're going to have newer areas in Avondale. Meaning you're going to find that some of the areas look outdated. They may need upgrading. They may not look as neat, as clean as some of the newer master plan communities. But again, they're in different parts of the Avondale, north, south, east, and west. And you tend to go to certain areas because of what they offer to make a city what it is. So Old Town Avondale definitely brings history and what Avondale used to be versus what it is now. So it's definitely a place to still go to. You're going to find mom and pop shops. You're going to find family owned businesses that have like unique shopping stores or different types of foods. So older Avondale is definitely still a really good place to visit, hang out in, and see what it has to offer. Number 5, let's talk about HOA and HOA restrictions. So a lot of the communities in Avondale are going to have stricter HOA restrictions, which keeps the neighborhoods and the communities looking as beautiful as they do. If you're not used to a HOA, you're just going to notice that you're going to have certain restrictions. You may not be able to have big RVs. You may not be able to park on the street past 10 o'clock at night. You may not be able to do your landscaping or your front yard the exact way you want to do it. And that is what some people who are not used to HOAs have to get used to, because you do have to get permission to do certain things that show the front of your house from the HOA. If HOA is not what you want, doesn't mean you necessarily have to move to Old Avondale. It just means you need to find a home that does not have an HOA, so you don't have to worry about some of the permissions that may be of concern to you. The last con that I'm going to touch on is crime. Now, according to Niche, Avondale does have a higher national crime rate than some of the other surrounding suburbs. Their crime grade right now is a B minus. But what I find is that residents tend to be pretty happy with the police, fire department, and ambulance, emergency services. They tend to be happy with the services that are provided. I know those places like the police, fire department, ambulance, they tend to do different incentives to keep the community safe. They do block watch, they do crime-free events, anything to try to keep the city safe. So again, residents tend to be pretty happy with it. And as I said earlier, just research where you're moving to, the neighborhood you're going to, so you can kind of know where you're going to be. That way, when you get settled, you feel safe and you're getting what you feel like you and your family needs. Now, overall, Avondale is a great place to live with great value in homes, great places to hang out at, great places to go eat at, great places to go play at without even leaving Avondale. Avondale has multiple parks. We have the Friendship Park, we have Festival Fields Park, and we have the Alomar Park. We have Dog Park. We have plenty of parks along with NASCAR. Don't forget that you can go do stuff. They do have community events. I know they do stuff for the 4th of July. They do stuff for Easter. So they do have stuff that you can do without leaving the area. So if you're one that kind of want to stay in your community, build up your community, meet people in your community, Avondale is definitely a great place to do that. You're going to get more home for the money, more lot for the money, and it is convenient to any other location. And at this time, it's definitely one of the fastest growing cities in the West Valley. It's perfect for homes with people with families. It's perfect for first-time home buyers, and it's perfect for people who's wanting to do more for the money. So hopefully I've told you everything you need to know about Avondale, or everything to at least get you started to thinking about Avondale. If there's something that you didn't like about Avondale, definitely check out my videos and let's find you another surrounding suburb that's going to make it feel like home. Again, my name is Yolanda Street. I'm part of the Exploring Arizona Living team. Don't forget to subscribe below and hit the bell so you never miss out on another video. Can't wait to meet you out there on the street.